Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here at the Lodging Conference. I want to thank my good friends over at Unifocus that will help you streamline your hotel operations. Check them out at unifocus.com. I got the incredible Mark Crisci over here at Azul Hospitality Group. We're here at the Lodging Conference talking about his business. And, you know, Mark, you've been a lot of your hotels in California, but you're thinking about diversifying your portfolio, stretching a little bit east, but still being west. How do you go about doing that, and what's the philosophy behind that?
It's a great question. So we'll go backwards first. Philosophy behind it is California. Right now, about 55% of our portfolio is in California. You know, not the easiest labor market, not the easiest operating market to do business in. So as we took a step back and, you know, watched trends coming out of COVID, you know, it used to be that none of the ADRs could compare around the country to California. That's changed quite a bit. When you look at some of the areas that we've got into, national parks, so on and so forth. So a lot of those ADRs are now either meeting or exceeding what California has been in the past. Slightly different labor equations, slightly different, you know, attitudes on, you know, on business overall. So we made the you know, kind of concrete decision to try and expand our geographic focus. So now we're in about 10 states.
Right.
Whereas far east is Detroit. We operate we operate a really nice cluster of hotels for a client that we have out there that, you know, has been a great partner with us. But yeah, that's really what's been behind it. We still love California. We understand California, but you know.
But it also makes sense in a lot of ways if you're going to build your company to be able to put in different areas. But the challenge with that is making sure you can service those property. You mentioned cluster in Detroit, but other places where you don't, how do you think about being able to deliver great services for your third-party management client?
Great question. So I am of the belief, and I've been talking to people about this, I think the future of the management business in our industry is going to be clustering, because it's so hard to make money in our business with, you know, increase in labor costs, so on and so forth. People used to think clustering only applied to like one ownership group. We're kind of looking at it even beyond that, where we're looking at ownership groups that trust us to run the business the right way, and figuring out how to cross-cluster services within multiple ownership groups and allocate correctly, because it just, everybody benefits. And then if you have to, you know, if you take a shot at something and you take a step back and have to tweak something, it's all transparent, it's in the open, and all you're trying to do is drive as much profitability as you can. We kind of think that's where it's going.
And you got to drive the most profitability as you can, but with ADR going as high as a lot of customers out there are willing to spend, you've got to really start thinking about how you program your property in order to get people to want to open those wallets on site, right?
That's a great point. And so I think one of the things that Azul's pretty good at, we've probably concepted roughly 24, you know, hotel F&B concepts from the ground up. We're big believers that well-executed F&B, and we like, you know, heavy beverage, you know, where we can do that, drives really good experiential for, you know, your guests, which typically will drive a little more ADR. They'll pay a little bit more to stay where, because they know where they're getting. They like the energy. They like, you know, kind of what the options they have. And so I think from a platform standpoint, we've done that fairly well, and we're continuing to kind of build on that as we continue to grow.
So what's the secret to actually getting people to stop at your bar or your restaurant without going into the greater city?
It's funny. It's a great question. We have a theory that if we can get them either on the way out or on the way in, or hopefully on the way out and on the way in, we're, you know, so that's one theory.
Hey, let's start off the evening, and hey, let's have one more.
Exactly. Or we have a term in our company called heads up food, where, you know, it's simple execution. Somebody has a drink, it's heads up food. They can converse, they can be interactive while they're drinking or while they're eating it. Typically that will lead to maybe a second, you know, kind of round. And then you have a decent shot of either keeping them there, or, you know, like I said, if they do go out, they had a good experience, so they'll come back and maybe, you know, hit one on the way in.
And it sounds super simple. Not at all.
It's not simple, but it's still blocking and tackling. You know, it's who you're, you know, what you're doing on the ground is hire good people at the properties, which is, you know, I think we've always had a pretty good way to find good talent. It's easing up a little bit. It was really hard during and after COVID. But yeah, I think we give it our best shot, and, you know, we try and surround our properties with good people, and it, you know, seems to work.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this with me.
Thanks, Bob.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, and thanks for you guys for watching. Make sure you check out my buddies over here at unifocus.com. And while you're doing us some favors, like this video and subscribe to our newsletter. Text the word hotel to 66866. So for Mark and myself, peace out.
Thanks, guys.